at what point am I just creating this echo chamber that validates me and then leads me to a place of disillusionment?
Yeah.
And at what point is it just useful and I know when to log off? As time goes by, we're going to see it increasingly getting interwoven into our work, our life. At this point, I also want to point out that the AI experience between different generations varies.
Yes.
We look at AI experience for baby boomers, millennials, Gen X,
Gen Z,
Alpha. It's very different.
Okay. What are the differences that you have noted?
Communication for one, understanding for another, understanding between how we view the world and how we also view selves, and also just execution of the actual AI. The experiences are different. So not everyone knows AI. The bulk of people don't even know AI. We might think we know what AI is. Some people say AI is ChatGPT. So we have kind of an understanding of what it does, but what is it? So what AI is actually technology that helps machines behave like humans.
AI is helping us write our emails, Basically, if I need to have any communication with somebody, I can run it by some form of AI.
Yeah.
What's happening to the human voice?
I believe it's becoming more refined. I believe it's evolving at a much better rate. I believe that the typical barriers we had in the past with regards to understanding other human beings, understanding other cultures and other languages is becoming improved. But the reality is what's been happening is not only with AI, but with social media and the internet, is that it gives the illusion of connectivity. So you exchange real connection with attention and validation.
Yes.
And then this has a real impact on how humans have been genetically wired to connect with themselves. That technology is just the tool. It's the humans who are perpetuating the experience, whether it's good or or not good. So, and that also brings me back to AI.
Yes.
When people say AI is doing this, AI will do this, AI is just a tool. But it's the humans who drive the AI. So ultimately, the danger of humanizing AI is that we absolve the human input from the responsibility that it creates, once it engages this AI. And hence, I guess that's why you have this regulation and ethical use of AI and all this coming up, because that's trying to push it away from AI onto the human being.
Jan.
Yep.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Really, really good to see you. And I'm looking forward to this conversation. I don't know whether, dear listener, you have had a situation where tech took over your humanness or your human connection. Today, we're going to be having conversations about the impact that AI has had on our connections and how we behave and basically our workplace well-being. Because this is Connect Generations, and we're looking at how we can connect intergenerationally, even using AI. So my guest today is Jan Okonji, coach of entrepreneurs, including myself. And I think I'd say passionate. If I'd say passionate about AI and matters tech, would I be wrong?
You are right.
I am right.
You are right, yeah.
Now, the last image I saw of yours online was you running out of some water body entangled in an octopus.
Yeah.
Tell us what inspired that image.
Okay, so you must have been talking about what I posted yesterday.
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, it must have been yesterday. So the image usually is to get the attention.
Yeah.
I mean, on social media, the language, and maybe we'll go a bit into that later, is attention. Attention is the currency. So it's, to grab the attention.
Okay.
Because people are inundated with so much information online.
Yeah.
And so you have to stand out for people to look at it. So attention could be something pleasing. It could be something shocking. It could be something different, unique. And those are the elements I put into that picture, of course, AI generated with my likeness to kind of draw people to the subject matter. But also, in a sense, beyond just attention grabbing, because then it becomes just clickbait. It has some reference to the subject matter, which I believe at that time was the downside of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And how to
you were
get
talking
out
about
of
the
that.
lies and all that we have had on the journey of
And then I
entrepreneurship.
linked that also to a blog post. So it's not just,
I read
wow, I
that,
saw a cool picture.
Yes.
It's some real value that you can tap into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the picture is just to get your attention and then lead you to something valuable that you can take home.
But there was a time that you were using the pictures to train entrepreneurs on how to leverage on AI. Yeah. Tell me a bit about that. How did it go?
Using the images to...
Using images, you were sharing prompts, you were helping people just basically recreate the same.
Yeah.
And, well, I haven't necessarily memorized everything, but I think you remember the one that you did an unboxing of a toy.
Yeah.
That had your image.
Yeah.
And you gave people instructions and you were very clear on, this is what I did, these are the steps I took.
Yeah, absolutely.
How has it been onboarding people?
Oh yeah.
Into this world.
I get it. So you're asking me how it's going, how it's been. It's actually going. It's great. It's good. I think there's the educational part, and then there's also the integration into what we're already doing. And so in my business growth solutions, I do that a lot with a lot of my entrepreneurs, but even the people who haven't come for any of my trainings or interacted with me directly, I make sure I give out that stuff you have mentioned through freemiums and the like. It's helped in two levels. The first level is I learn. So in the process of teaching others, I'm also learning.
Yeah. Okay.
All this AI stuff is new stuff.
Yeah.
But the second thing is that also a lot of people have been able to move beyond just the fascination and the shiny object syndrome of AI and actually apply it in their businesses and use their businesses to grow, get more clients, increase their cash flow. So that has been a very powerful aspect of business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how have you seen AI then getting into our personal lives?
Interesting question. I think I'll say something really weird. It's not as fast as people perceive it to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff, at least from my experience and from what I've seen, is that AI is doing right now is a lot of learning. It's learning us.
AI is learning.
AI is learning us.
Yes.
It's learning the human beings, the interaction and all that. A lot of people might not know this, but a lot of the AI that's out here is actually 4 years behind.
Yes.
Meaning that the real actual AI is gradually being rolled out.
Okay.
And so there's a big learning phase. And when you look at it from that perspective, at least for people like me who are implementing and applying it, I feel it's not moving fast enough. People who are early adopters and trying, as we try and use the AI,
you'd rather it moves faster.
I would love it to move faster. Of course, with the right guardrails, not just uninhibited, running amok, but to move faster because there are some limitations when we try that have been put in the AI. And I understand why. It's because you need regulation around this stuff, otherwise it goes crazy. But I feel it's moving at a good gradual pace intentionally. Part of the reason is also financial, because they can milk it out for all it is financially by giving the substandard kind of output as the AI also learns us.
Okay.
But I feel that as time goes by, we're going to see it increasingly getting interwoven into our work, our life. At this point, I also want to point out that the AI experience between different generations varies.
Yes.
You look at AI experience for baby boomers, millennials, Gen X,
Gen Z,
Alpha. It's very different.
Okay. What are the differences that you have noted?
Well, communication for one.
Okay, yes, that's it.
Understanding for another. Understanding between how we view the world and how we also view selves. And also just execution of the actual AI. For Gen Z and Gen Alpha is especially interesting because they have been socialized into internet and into social media. So they don't have a previous thing to compare to. Millennials were coming in, and when I mean coming in I mean the point when, high school, university, they're coming into social media. So they had a rough idea of how the world was pre.
Yeah.
The people who are just in the middle, perfectly smack, is Gen X. Like they have perfect 50-50 vision. That's people like me of, hey, this was how it was pre and this is how it is now.
After.
And I feel they are one of the best positioned because they have access to both worlds. And baby boomers, forgive me for saying this, are just like, what is going on? Okay, take me wherever you will.
They're the grandpas and grandmas.
Yeah,
saying,
like we don't know what's happening here,
Yeah.
but let's just go with the flow.
Mhm.
And I empathize with them really. But the thing is, yeah, so the experiences are different.
Mhm.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the things that, because I want to get into the impact on us, is there anybody in today's age, anybody who could be listening to us who does not understand what AI is?
Mhm. Yeah.
Have you experienced people who are coming in and they actually do not know?
Yeah.
Because we're saying AI, we're not calling it artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that everybody now knows AI?
Yeah. That's a good question. So not everyone knows AI.
Mm-hmm.
The bulk of people don't even know AI.
Mm-hmm.
We might think we know what AI is, based on all the different things we've seen. We might have a rough idea of what it is, but in particular, very specifically, common understanding, a lot of people might not know what it is.
Mhm.
Some people say AI is ChatGPT.
Yes.
So we have kind of an understanding of what it does, but
Yeah.
what is it?
Mm.
So AI basically, and once again, just to clarify, I am not the AI guy.
Yes.
I did a post on this in social media where I said I am the business guy who uses AI. So I'm more on business and strategy, but I love AI.
Mm.
So what AI is actually technology. So it's tech.
Mm.
So AI is technology that helps machines behave like humans.
Mm-hmm.
So the traits that humans have, which are understanding languages, understanding images, understanding data, predicting outcomes,
Mhm.
predicting the future, and just, I won't say having empathy because AI is not sentient yet,
Yes.
I believe.
Mm.
But basically that thing that humanizes the machine,
Mhm.
that's what's called AI. So
Yes.
AI is the tech that enables
That
machines
is humanizing the machines.
Exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. So when we look at then what the machine is looking like when it connects with the human, we can address this, we can discuss this at different levels. There's a part where AI is helping us write our emails, Basically, if I need to have any communication with somebody, I can run it by some form of AI.
Yeah.
If I need to propose something, I run it by AI.
Yeah.
What's happening to the human voice?
In the process of using the AI?
Yes.
So I believe it's becoming more refined. I believe it's evolving
Mhm.
at a much better rate. I believe that the typical barriers we had in the past with regards to understanding
Mhm.
other human beings, understanding other cultures and other languages is becoming improved. Like the
Okay.
world is collapsing with
Yes.
regards to understanding different cultures and the like.
Mhm.
But I do get I don't want to preempt, but I do get kind of what you're saying. Like what happens to the spirit, to the humanness.
The human, yes, yeah.
Once you adopt the tech and all that stuff. So here's the thing. So I want to say two things first. Because maybe guys got lost on the previous aspect of humanizing
the machine.
Let me give a very specific example.
Yeah.
Predictive texts on your mobile phone.
Mhm.
So when you type on your phone, then your phone starts giving you the words it thinks that you want.
Actually, mine now talks Sheng and Swahili and all those other things.
That's
and Kikuyu
AI.
words, yes.
That's AI.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. That was there way before we even knew before ChatGPT and all this, because this AI, as we know it now, where it's interacting and learning with us, this happened in 2022, fairly new.
Mm.
But AI has been around like 10, 15, for a very long time. It's just that we weren't giving it that name.
Mhm.
So the thing is, it's weird right now. It's like, it's like the kid getting the injection.
Mhm.
When they don't know the injection, they've got it. And
Mm.
then like, oh, has it happened yet? It has, Baba. Then once they realize, they start crying.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening now, where when it's defined, that's when people start getting afraid. And some of that fear is actually justified.
Mm.
But in terms of the human voice, you asked what's happening. Okay, so the two aspects. There's a duality about it. The first one is that there's actual improvement in terms of the speed of learning, the speed of understanding, engagement, output, and the people know how to use this very well are seeing exponential growth in their businesses and things like this. It would take normally to have a sustainable profitable business, and by profitable I mean also with consistent cash flow that sustains your lifestyle and basically your business as well. It will take generally 10 years, and the first 5 to 6 are grind.
Yeah.
With AI, that stuff's gonna collapse to 3 years or so. Sam Altman of OpenAI actually said we are in the age by, I think, this year or so, maybe even by next year, we're going to see the first $1 million solopreneur who was using ChatGPT. You'll have somebody who makes $1 million
exclusively, not exclusively, but generally.
Yeah, using a GPT. It doesn't have to be chat or whichever. Maybe that's already happened. So that's on one side in terms of the duality. On the other side, in terms of losing because you asked what's happening. What's happening is, and I don't want to sound like a doomsday, conspiracy theorist, whatever, but the reality is what's been happening is not only with AI, but with social media and the internet, is that it gives the illusion of connectivity.
Exactly.
And when you have the illusion of connectivity, what happens is you exchange a certain part of the humanness, and we can go into that in the next few seconds or so, but we exchange the part of being humane with what tech offers us. I'll give a very specific example. So you exchange real connection with attention and validation.
Yes. So what you're saying, if I understand, is that you start seeking the attention and validation.
From people you don't even know.
And then you say we connect.
Exactly.
This is my best friend. But we've never met.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then this has a real impact on how humans have been genetically wired to connect with themselves. So I'll give an example. If you're high in terms of the chemical reaction in your brain, the dopamine, whatever you call it, if that high is achieved rather than purpose or from a sense of fulfillment and helping people and empathy and understanding people, if that's achieved by the number of likes you have on your page or by a filtered picture, and then people like that, and you know that that's not really your picture. On the surface, you might think this is healthy, but subconsciously, you don't really know what it could be doing to your brain. I'll just give 2 very specific examples so that it doesn't look like we're just talking our own things. In the States, and this can be verified, the highest spike in teenage suicides has been seen with girls.
Yes.
And that's been tied to comparison of beauty and imagery and all that from different social media platforms. I don't want to name them. I don't want to get a lawsuit, but that's the reality. Somebody can Google this. So there's a real thing happening inside as people do this exchange. I'll give a second example. Dating apps, which I believe have really, really destroyed how human beings interact.
Exactly.
Because right now they've collapsed the need of understanding and knowing somebody into instant gratification. This has led to, let's be real here, things like hookup culture and the like, disintegration of the family as we know it.
Actually, has it led to the hookup culture, or has it facilitated the hookup culture?
Yeah, that's a good question. A bit of both, because that culture, could it really be called a culture? Before, maybe it was just an experience, but now it's actually a culture. With words, with phrases, I'm really trying to watch my words here, but with the ecosystem, with the pages, with the communities.
The industry.
It's an industry with billions of dollars. So it's actually a culture. Before it was maybe just a thing.
Because if technology has come to make things efficient, it's everything that used to happen previously has just gotten more efficient.
That's true, including the not so good things.
Everything became more efficient.
But this is what that then says. It says that technology is just the tool. It's the humans who are perpetuating the experience, whether it's good or or not good. So, and that also brings me back to AI. When people say AI is doing this, AI will do this, AI is just a tool. But it's the humans who drive the AI. It's like saying the cars will do this, the cars will do that. No, the car is just the tool. So ultimately, the danger of humanizing AI is that we absolve the human input from the responsibility that it creates, once it engages this AI. And hence, I guess that's why you have this regulation and ethical use of AI and all this coming up, because that's trying to push it away from AI onto the human being.
There was something else you're going to say about the humanness and the impact on the humanness from AI. something I have seen in terms of connection is people are now using AI not just as a friend.
Yep.
They're naming them. So we have AIs with names, not the official name given by the creator, but by the user. And then they build a relationship.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What have you seen around there?
That's interesting. Yeah. Like, I've seen that where people would, some people.
They're dating their AI.
They're dating the AI. The AI is the friend. The AI is this. I think. So this is. I don't want to use the word but it's, first of all, there's the good side.
Yes.
The good side is that it actually gives people an outlet. It's therapy.
Yeah.
Hey, am I a bad person? No, you're not bad.
Because AI will never say you're bad. Yeah.
It won't say you're bad. Well, it depends on how you ask it. But then, even then, it will have these guardrails. But that validation is good.
Yes.
Depends on the season you are in. We'll also go into that. And sometimes people need that.
Yes.
I need to be told I'm not a hopeless case.
I have seen lonely older people, especially in societies that have a lot of isolation.
Yeah.
Actually do better when they understand that actually it's not a human being that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
But at least I'm getting my voice.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking to the air. I'm talking to something that is responding to me.
Exactly.
So yes, it has a positive side.
And there's some people who stay in huge isolated environments. You could be in another country, you could be whatever, doing what, and you just need, or a stage in your life where you're surrounded by people, but you're isolated up here.
Yeah.
And that AI would help in that. But then, as with anything, when it goes into the excess, which unfortunately for human beings, the excess differs from person to person. So you can't really measure it. But when it goes into the excess, and that's where the crux is. Like, at what point am I just creating this echo chamber that validates me and then leads me to a place of disillusionment?
Yeah.
And at what point is it just useful and I know when to log off? Yeah, that's now the danger point.
Yeah.
When we're not so clear about the
when
excess.
To separate. Okay.
Exactly.
When you're going too far.
When you're going too far.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'd say about it. It's yin and yang. So it's like,
both sides of the
sides of the coin, the same coin. Yeah.
Yeah. And when it comes to, because you said you're the entrepreneur guy using AI.
Yeah.
When you look at the interaction with your coaches or the people that you're working with and AI, are you seeing them better able to stay on brand?
Yeah.
Or because AI, basically the internet, the tech space, regurgitates something that's working.
Yeah.
Are we having brands that are now getting mixed up, or are entrepreneurs being able to build their own brand and stay on brand?
Yeah. Good question. So there are two parts to that question, two answers to that. So in terms of generally what you're seeing, you're definitely going to see an influx of clones, repetitive brand voices and brand images and a brand. Oh, this sounds like this, especially guys who just tell ChatGPT, write a blog for me, create for me content. Like, all these people sound the same. What's the differentiator? What's your unique selling point? Why should I buy from you? Just sound like the next guy. All these landing pages look the same. So that's going to happen. Why? Because and I'll be blunt here, human beings are inherently lazy. So we call it efficiency.
Yeah.
These guys are just, otherwise, if people were inherently with all, and it has to be that way, because otherwise, I always say this, people have to be inherently that way, because otherwise, how will businesses and corporates and even people like yourself survive? You need people to cater to. So people like, let Shalom do it for me. And so because of that, you get on the general spectrum, you're going to get people sounding the same. Now, how do I say this without looking like I'm tooting my own horn? Toot your horn. Let me toot my horn. Okay, so for my people,
permission granted. Yeah.
My people, like the guys I train and mentor and all that, the road program, business training program that I run, the focus it's not AI centric, although AI is covered there, and it's not even business centric. Although it is a business strategy program, it is actually mindset centric. Yeah. So the first thing we focus on is mindset. Who are you as a person? What's your backstory? What's your origin story? Why you? There's so many people like you. Why you? And we help people find their why. And so the strategy, the system, structures, processes of which AI is inherent is just a tool to perpetuate that. It's about finding yourself first. Because otherwise it's garbage in, garbage out. It's not about the AI and the latest tool and all that, which is cool. It's about you as a person. And so many people spend their whole lifetime running away from that person. And then you get this content which is just, out there. So even if people look at how I put out my AI content, I always think about how do I make it stand out? And it stands out by, it's just Jan using the AI, as opposed to the other way around. There's something I always say that if you don't adopt AI, it's going to adopt you. So that's what you should look at it as a tool as opposed to
Describe
the other
for
way
me then somebody
around.
who has been adopted by AI, and we shall go to the second way of answering that question.
Okay. So somebody who's been adopted by by AI, that's an interesting one. So I recently put out a post, and it said, "Hey, this is how I treat my AI." Yeah,
oh, wow.
And it had my AI there crying, and I'm telling it to this and all that.
Yeah.
And I posted it across my socials, so that and people also are sharing how they were treating their AI, how they are treating their AI, and their AIs were smiling with cookies and milk. Mine was a bit sad because I really push it hard. And there's a guy who posted, young guy, cool guy. And like I said, across generations, the experience is different. He was much younger, I guess Gen Z, and I love Gen Z guys. I mean, so he said something interesting which caught my eye. He said, "Man, I love my ChatGPT. I use it to cheat in exams. I use it to this. It's normal."
Yeah.
And that's the thing about that's an example of somebody who's been adopted by AI. Like, why should I work? Why should I bother finding myself? What does self-awareness and self-worth and all these things happen? There's a machine to do that. I don't judge people like that because, again, it's pegged on how they were socialized. Yeah. So how to counter that, of course, is mentorship and the right guidance and all this, because all of this ties into self-awareness, knowing who you really are.
Okay.
But if you don't know who you are, no fault of yours, it all happens to us, then, hey, there's this machine which says, I can help you.
This is who you are.
Then you'll be like, so be it. Yeah. So that's an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the guy who believed he was a NASA, who believed he had this brilliant idea. Anywho, so let's go to the second part.
Yeah.
I like the picture of somebody who has been adopted by AI. Let's go to the second part of answering the question about brand. So somebody who, in short, has adopted the AI. So it starts off with, like I said, self-awareness. If you know who you really are, and the best way to know who you are is to know what you're not. I don't want to sound like all Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. But the reality, when I talk about self-awareness, I talk about it in 3 levels. There is who you are as a person. There is where you are, the stage in life and all that stuff. At that moment. And there is what you want. And if you look at it from the things you don't want and the things you know who you're not, and the things you don't want and the places you are that you don't want to be. If you look at it from those levels, you start now developing the action items to move away from that and become authentically who you are. I don't want to go into the details now because of time and the like, but I do have a structured way of finding out who you are. And once you do that and you find yourself, it's such a bright, beautiful, awakening moment that you want to perpetuate that as much as possible through whatever channels. You want to tell people, hey, this is what I stand for. This is what I believe. I'm not putting it on you, but maybe you could consider this and that, and you share it with people. And that's an example. Let me be very specific. For me, I believe the strongest trait you can have in an AI, social media, internet, digital world, whatever, is empathy. Okay.
The ability to understand what somebody else is feeling.
Yeah.
Because people are and that's why I said when I gave this example of this other guy, I understand him. I don't even judge him.
Yes.
I understand him from the point from which he was socialized based on the generational time where he was at. I'm understanding the self-awareness on his behalf. And that's empathy allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to go in with our own bias. And our biases right now, in the past, we used to be influenced by what? Culture, education, religion. Those are the main things that used to influence us in the past.
Yeah.
In the digital world right now, we're influenced by the echo chamber or the hive mind, or what's known as the matrix, as people call it.
The matrix.
Yeah. So this is, if Shalom says, hey, that green plant out there is my source of life, and it's amazing, and it makes me feel good. And you put it across ChatGPT, you put it across all social media platforms and whatever. What's going to happen is that the social media is going to agree with you
and echo that back.
And you get a community of green planters and all this.
Yeah.
So echo chambers are the fourth thing that, and the only way to delink from that is to have empathy with others and to realize, oh, maybe I am wrong and maybe they are right. And and even if not, it's not about being wrong or right. Let me try and understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So empathy and self-awareness, empathy within self-awareness is a really powerful way of now using all these tools to bring out your authentic and creative self. As opposed to, hey, let me just check out the newest tool and what it can do.
Yeah. Okay. Now, when you mention empathy, I don't think somebody can learn, or not even learn, but practice empathy when you're not able to read people.
Yeah.
Because I can't feel empathy for you if I'm not reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reading you or reading, the human. So what's happening to this competition between prompt writing and people reading?
Yeah, I get it.
Let me give context to help you sort of like expound that for us. If I want to know, let's say I'm a young person or even old, it doesn't matter. It's across generations, right? And I want to know what to say to Jan. And I don't know how Jan is going to react. I can use a prompt to figure out what that is, but not actually read Jan. How is that competition happening?
Yeah, good. So that's a very good question. So I'll go very molecular on that. But here's the thing. The starting point is self-awareness. Before you trying reading others, it's about reading yourself, understanding who you are. Because there's a certain bias you bring into the room. So I remember before this interview, I was going to say something, then I said, wait, this is going to create bias during the interview. That's because I know myself.
Okay.
And knowing yourself is a journey.
And I'd like you to say that thing that you said that you wouldn't say. But
we're going to
go ahead.
So and knowing yourself is a journey, I agree.
Yes, know yourself.
But when you know yourself, then you know what type of biases you bring into a conversation, and you're able to pull back, look at yourself in the second person and say, okay, I see what you're doing there. And then you don't mirror that on others. Like for instance, in the road program that I ran again, one of the things we look at is customer segmentation, but not from the whole academic point of where are my customers, where do I find them, how do I price for them? We do cover that. But more importantly, who are these people? And giving them avatars and understanding them and their background and their family setup and what they're going through and their top 3 challenges. Because most customers have like over 100 problems. What are the top 3 that speak to them? And those 3 don't even relate to a product. They relate to an emotive need. Now we're getting to that empathy level. So if I look at my customers, this is an example from an entrepreneurial perspective. If I look at my customers from that iceberg model, where I'm not looking at the tip, but what's underneath the surface, then now my interaction with the GPT with regards to prompt would be like, how do I then communicate how I can support them on these 3 challenges in the most authentic manner? So I already had it in mind. I already understood that. And now I'm using the GPT to help me better articulate that. Let's say I had a challenge in grammar, as opposed to saying, hey, GPT, help me understand. I have this customer. Help me understand their challenge. And they don't even know the context. The GPT will, because what the GPT does, it takes universal data, and it starts off from a mean, or sometimes even below the mean. Then depending on prompt engineering, you get the quality going upwards. So that's understanding that it's not even prompt engineering. It starts with what's happening before you put on the
prompt.
Before you log into the GPT, you already have to have something, some substrate for the GPT to work on. And then the second level is, how do I refine my prompt in such a way that the answer really aligns to what we're trying to get here. And that's based on the amount of data I give it.
Okay. So you'd go, people reading is the important thing.
Yeah. Well, you reading yourself is the important thing first.
Yeah, yes.
And then secondly, the people reading.
So read yourself so that you can know how to read the people.
Yeah.
Once you read the people, write a prompt that helps you get more out of what you're reading from the person. Yeah.
And here's the thing, I don't know if I should give a shout out to them, but there's some really awesome Gen Z guys doing things out there. There's like Elvis Warutumo. There's a guy called Edwin Rogoi. You guys can check them out. These guys are really amazing. And Edwin mentioned something yesterday, speaking to his fellow Gen Z guys, like, guys, if you want to be a good prompt engineer, just read books. Not academic books.
Read books.
So that's another way. So all these things we're talked about are really awesome. Yeah. But somebody might be like, okay, John, too much English. Just give me one action I can do.
Read books.
It's read books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. It's related to the people reading. Before you can know how to read people, you know how to read.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly.
Learn how to read.
Yes. Just like get out of your head and see other cultures, experience other places, like even how to articulate yourself. It doesn't have to be an academic book. No, it doesn't have to be a big book.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that reading a book is slower than hearing a book. Right? So how do we balance? It's deeper, always. I'm a book person.
You're a book author.
In fact,
you're a book author.
No, I'm a book dragon.
You're a book,
yes, I'm an author.
You're a book dragon. I like that. Yeah.
I'm an author too, but I'm a book dragon, not worm.
Yeah.
Just,
no, worms are wormy.
Yeah. So, when it comes to now speed, relationships take time. AI doesn't. You have brought in the fact that people need to read books to be able to write better prompts.
Yeah.
How do we start training society for delayed gratification?
Yeah.
When the world is becoming speed is a thing that's going to run this world. Speed is a thing that's going to get your head. Like you're saying, put out content, do whatever. Speed is a thing that's going to help.
Yeah.
How do we then teach delayed gratification in an era of speed?
Yeah, I like that. I like the world, and it's more perception than anything else. Because you see the shift as soon as you close your laptop, that like time slows down a bit. As soon as you put it on, things are, and part of that is because of all these competing voices.
Yeah.
Or even the complementary voices within the echo chamber, doesn't matter whichever. Once you plug into the matrix, you're moving really fast. But the thing is, I'd say one word, just to keep it very simple, because I tend to weave a lot of narratives, but just the word curate is something very big to me. Okay. Like, if you learn how to curate stuff, then you can slow down the speed, get the quality in your relationships, in your engagement with the world. By the world, I mean your experience of Earth. Because Earth is Earth is the physical, the world is the experience. So, and curate, I'd say at 3 levels. I like three levels. The first one is curate your feed. Your
feed?
Yeah, your social media, the people you follow, the people you subscribe to. Get out of the negative ones, focus on the positive ones. But even when you're there, focus on how long you stay in those places.
Okay.
Like, what's your screen time? Don't go to bed watching a movie when you're lying in bed like this, because that movie will still play in your mind when you're sleeping. Your brain doesn't get to rest. Don't switch on your phone the first thing you wake up, So curate your feed. That's the first thing.
Curate your feed.
Yeah. Okay. The second one is curate yourself. Do things that help you connect better to the real world. And there are many guys who have different options for this, whether it's Tim Ferriss's Tool of Titans or Tony Robbins' 60-second rule, or Huberman's thing, on that people have different tools you can use. But things like...
Is there anybody doing that locally in Kenya?
Yeah, other people, if you look at them, I don't know them personally, but also all this stuff is readily available. I'll give you some of the tools. Things like meditation, things like taking a morning walk, things like getting sunlight, the 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. sunlight, things like intermittent fasting, things like cold showers, things like not taking sugar, drinking water, not taking milk. All of these things, they're so obvious that they're not obvious now.
Yeah.
the basic, the people think it's like, wow, this book you get or this thing you do and your life will change. It's the most basic things.
You can start there.
Yeah, very basic things. Some things like, hey, I'll start eating after midday and not before that. I won't eat before 6 p.m. because that's going to affect how I sleep. Yeah, after 6 p.m. Sorry, because that's going to affect how I sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have any electronic devices after 7 p.m. because these things have crept so gradually into our lives that we don't know that the same thing's disrupting. So those have 3 to 5 things that you do habitually that kind of balance the rush that you get when you're online, that basically add value to your life when you unplug.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you don't have that, when you unplug, what happens is that the descent is so
sudden.
It's so sudden. And so you feel you need to have a coping mechanism. And most of those are not the healthiest.
Okay.
The third thing is also curate your environment. The music you listen to, the movies you watch, the friends you hang out with, most importantly. Because sometimes you can be doing all these things and then you have the friend like, hey, can you check out this? So you've gotten out of a page, your friend is like, hey, check out this page, sending you this, the WhatsApp groups you're in. A lot of that stuff is creating noise in your head.
Yeah.
So if you're able to curate on those 3 levels, what happens then is that you're able to manage the speed of your experience.
And I guess then you end up relating better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think one of the things I'd like to point out, because I have seen this in the therapy room, is that part of curating, like you said, the environment, the people you're hanging out with, includes hanging out with people from different generations.
Yeah.
Because back to the thing you were saying about boomers, oh my gosh, versus Alpha, who has been born with AI, in their bloodstream to a great extent. Yeah. And when I see people interacting across generations, they're able to slow this down a bit because you're going to play at different levels. You're going to respond to activity in a different way because each generation has their own way of doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We are curating the feed, curating the self, curating the environment.
Yep. Yeah.
Fantastic. Is there anything that you would like to mention that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think so one of the things is about AI. AI it's a tool. That's what I like to say. It's a tool. It's not a human being because sometimes we tend, when we talk about AI, it's coming for our jobs. It is disrupting life. It is doing this. It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's not sentient. It's not self-thinking. At least I don't think it is.
Not yet. You said it's programmed on the past, so it's really reading what is.
Yeah. If you look at something like I know Grok gets real-time information, but you look at something like ChatGPT, tends to be 3-4 hours behind in terms of data, and so it's really just learning us now. To the extent they say they're coming up with the first supercomputer that processes things apparently as fast as our brains do, which would be insane. Because after that, then the next level is how do you make it sentient, like feeling? And then if it feels, it means it has a conscience. And if it has a conscience, now you have a human being. Like it can reason and think and love and hate. And is that there? I don't know. Is that possible? I really don't know. But the thing is, what I'd say about AI for now, where we are, chances are a lot of these advancements will come in long after we're gone. It's because if you understand the level of the depth that's required to create these things, not only in terms of knowledge, but money and resources and goodwill. You have to have so many different nations doing these things together. I don't know if it's really possible. It's Tower of Babel thing where so many people are conflicting voices. So you're not able to create this thing. But I tell people right now, the focus is less about fearing AI, like this human nefarious thing out there, and looking at it as a tool that can improve your life, that can give you back time, energy, and money that you may have lost, but used responsibly. And how do you use it responsibly? It's by curating.
Yes.
Yeah, your feed, yourself, and your environment. So that's in terms of the view of AI. That's what I wanted to mention because there is power in the words we use.
Yes.
Yeah. If I view AI a certain way because of the words that I attach to it, it creates an emotional experience within me that only creates either fear or anger that inhibits me being successful.
Yeah.
So look at it in terms of gratitude. I'm living in one of the best centuries ever. We have access to technology at scale, affordably. Now, how can I use this to change my life, the life of my children and their children, this moment in time?
Yeah.
Because it's a small window, rather than being on team fear.
You're not on team fear.
Yeah.
But you need to think about that future.
Oh, but you're wearing your caution cap for sure. Yeah.
So now, maybe break it down. The way you've broken down the curating to be able to manage, how do we future-proof ourselves?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean live forever.
Yeah.
But here you are talking about generation after generation, your kid and the future.
Yeah.
How do we future-proof ourselves? How do I leverage on AI as a business person, as an individual, right?
Yeah.
To not guarantee the future.
Yeah.
But to use it as a tool to then future-proof myself.
This is... Oh man, everything. By the way, that's a very good question. Thanks for asking that. And I see what you're saying about future-proof. Like, we don't go off the rails, and there's something beautiful and wonderful that helps.
I still remain human.
Yes.
Yeah.
It always goes back to self-awareness and knowing who you are and self-worth and all this. And I know that word seems kind of woo-woo. That's why I was trying to really break it down from knowing what you're not and then building from there. This is a very important journey, because authenticity, knowing who you are and then perpetuating that through your AI, is really powerful in terms of how it connects even with others way after you're gone. Now, I think I want to get a really specific example, is everything that you put out and do. Because anytime you log on to that laptop, whether it's an email or a piece of content you're creating or a podcast like this, you're communicating to people. Not only now, but people who will be here long after you're gone. They're going to see this content, they'll pick from something, you'll influence somebody. And so it's very important that you're authentic beyond the virality and the attention and the clickbait, because people are looking for attention to go viral now. Because that's where the money is attached to. And so I think, hence the, like the I shall speed furor we saw, that's because of the attention thing. So, and of course he's doing amazing things, 21-year-old and all this. But the thing is, a lot of people get it twisted in terms of this is the thing. Not knowing that it's just a path.
This is a thing.
Yeah, it's
happening now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So how do you future-proof? It's just, once you have self-awareness, then being authentic is really powerful. So let me give an example. One of the things I do when I speak to entrepreneurs, speaking to this huge group of entrepreneurs, and they ask me, how do you make, which is kind of close to what you're asking, how do I make social media a force of good for me? And then I said, then be the superhero to your children.
Be the superhero to your children.
Through social media. Because your children, who are their superheroes? They are I Shall Speed, there's Kai Senat, there's Drewski, whatever. They have their superheroes. And part of the reason that those are their superheroes is because as parents or older people, I'm talking about the millennials, the Gen Xs and all, it's like the people are not positive and positively showing up on social media. Some are hiding in the shadows, or if they're there, they're not positively showing up. This is not all, but I'm just saying that could be one of the symptoms.
Okay.
I, for one, have decided, when I got onto social media, I was wondering, why am I here? Beyond just making money and creating a community and all this, I thought, wow, this can actually be a digital part of me that continues living on after I've gone. And my children, they could check my name, Okonji. They'll see my videos. They'll see my pictures. They'll see my content. They'll see people I've impacted. They've seen me talking about my lows. I remember my daughter saying, hey, you lost so much money when you started business. I didn't know, because she read that article. But at the same time, she was like, wow, you've helped so many people and you've grown. I respect you. So we're teaching our children through various aspects of ourselves that would otherwise be hidden on the beauty of life. And these are things which, guess what? They even show their friends. I've been stopped by younger generations going like, wow, I saw you online. You did this. Thanks for that. So that's one way of future-proofing. Just be authentic and put out your story. Of course, they are the guardrails you put. You don't overshare.
Yes.
But I think that's one. Be authentic. Be you.
Okay.
And try and put out the positives. we're all human. We have our negatives. Don't put the negatives out there. That tends to traumatize.
Yeah.
We don't need to. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm looking forward to even further conversations.
Same.
Around this, right?
Yeah. So much to cover, isn't it?
There's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot to cover.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I'd like us to do, it's a non-AI thing, is play a game.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I want you to spin that wheel.
This wheel here. Okay.
This wheel here.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. Am I winning money?
There's nowhere there that takes anything financial.
Okay.
You're going to answer one of the questions.
Okay.
Of any of those categories.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Why? Because I like reminding people that one of the ways to slow this speed that we are on all through is to pause and play. So let's pause and play.
Nice.
Yes.
So I just spin the wheel.
Spin it.
Let's see where it stops.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. I should have done it harder.
Okay, do harder.
It's in the middle.
Yes, so do harder.
Okay. There it goes.
Yes, there, it has stopped at. I want your life.
Oh, so okay, that's a question. Yeah.
That's a category.
I want your life.
Yes. Shuffle those without looking.
Shuffle them?
And just pick one.
Yeah, I got my card game on point. Yeah. Okay.
Then you pick one and you answer.
So I want to pick. Let me pick. These cards are thick.
Yeah.
So here it is. I want your life. I want your life. Do you have a mentor? If yes, what do you like about them? If no, what would you want in a mentor? Oh yeah, I do have a mentor. Of course, definitely. This is one thing I always tell people. This is why I formed my company, Business Growth Solutions, because I wanted to be a mentor to so many other entrepreneurs so that they don't make the mistakes I made and to become better. You should have a mentor. So I do have a mentor. I do have a number of mentors. I have people who have mentored me in the past. Amazing mentors. Should I mention them by name?
I don't know.
Yeah, so
are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah,
okay
absolutely.
With that?
Absolutely. So I think people should check out these people. Like one of my first mentors was James Karundu. Shout out to James Karundu.
Oh, I know him. Mine
check out James Karundu. Really cool guy. I've been mentored by Daniel Priestley. Check out Daniel Priestley online.
Yes.
Amazing guy. Tom Bilio as well. Been mentored. Actually went through his Impact Theory University, ITU. There's also Dan Ko, very amazing guy. I'd say those top four are my main. From afar, because I've never interacted with him, although I did manage to interact with his son, is Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is amazing. So he's mentored a lot of us from a distance. Remotely.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's really amazing. And I think like top of my list in terms of mentorship books would be Awaken the Giant Within. I think that's quite possibly my most favorite book from all the hundreds. Can you say most favorite? You can't say that. My favorite book amongst...
Okay.
So... so that's, I hope I've kind of answered it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you have.
Yeah. Mentorship is everything, because otherwise you're just running blind. None of us can do this alone.
You even came alive with that question.
I was excited. Like this is, some people would call me coach. I'm like, I think I'm more on the mentor bit. Because the mentor walks with you.
Yes.
The coach helps you, bring out your best self. For me, I like walking the journey with you. Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So a bit of both, but I really love mentorship. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Karibu sana.
For the conversations.
So here you go. Free lunch and...
I like that. Don't believe anything he's saying, by the way. And I'm glad that you have joined us in this conversation. And I'm hoping that it has been very, very helpful to you. And once you're done with listening to this, besides sharing this with somebody who you think would benefit, you're going to go now and look at your feed. You're going to look at your environment, and you're going to have this look at yourself in the mirror and see, what can I curate and what do I want out of what's coming? Because the future belongs to those who are going to be, I like what Jan said, be the superhero for your children. And this is not just about the children that you've given birth to. This is the people coming after you. Be their superhero, so that when you're thinking about what's going to happen after I'm gone, there's going to be stuff out there that is the story you would like to tell, the story you would like people to hear. Because AI is your friend if you use it as a tool. But if you let AI adopt you, then now you go to the risky side of losing the humanness, right? So let's be human. Let's keep talking. See you soon.